Hello, my name is Celia and welcome to my first knitting podcast. I'm going to start with an introduction for you to get to know me. So, as I said before, my name is Celia. I'm a knitter from Denmark who is currently situated in Spain because I 2 weeks ago became an au pair for a lovely family of 4 with a pair of twins, yeah. So I'm still getting settled in and learning everything, but so far it's going good, so I hope it will just get even better. I finished what correlates best with high school this summer, so now I'm just having a gap year and I don't know if I will be taking another one after this one. Okay, so let's get on with the video. I hope that you are having a good day or evening or whatever the time is when you're watching this, and are either knitting something, just relaxing and maybe having a cup of tea or coffee. Myself, I'm having a cup of coffee because I haven't discovered recently that I might have a teeny tiny addiction to coffee and yarn, of course. Which knitter doesn't? Okay, so my current whips, if we're going to start there, is the Momshugsweater. Oh, I'm doing this in totally wrong order, aren't I? Okay, I've seen that people often start talking about what they're wearing, so I'm wearing the Everyday Top by Nakedknit, and I have my computer over here, so that's why I'm looking in this direction sometimes. But yeah, it was fairly easy to make. I did do some alterations on the hem. If I just get up here, like where it's a folded hem, I knitted 4 rows, did 1 row of purl, knitted 4 rows more. Oh, I have written this wrong. It's rounds, of course, sorry. 4 rounds, and then I knitted the first cast on edge into my 5th round. But this also is explained in my notes on Ravelry, which I'll link down below. And the Momshugsweater, which I started talking about before. Okay, so I'm currently knitting Ann-Kathrin's, a German knitter, I think, Momshugsweater, and I haven't gone that far yet. I've only made like this. So yeah, it's still the very beginning of it, where this is the back. And this is a very new construction for me. I haven't tried anything of this sort before, and I don't even know the name of it, where it's, yeah, first knit in one direction and then you go up and pick up the stitches and to make the back. I actually like this quite a lot, but it was very confusing at first because I hadn't tried it before, as I said before. And until now I haven't really made any alterations, but I have written some notes on Ravelry again, so if there's anything in what I have done you want to check out, just go ahead and do that. And for the yarn I have used the recommended yarn, which is Majo or Majo, I don't know exactly how it's pronounced, but Majo Garn with the Tweed Supreme and Pearl Mohair. So it's those, I have 3 strands that are held together, these 3, where it's the Pearl Mohair in the color Oatmeal, which is coded 101, and the Tweed Supreme in the color Tan, coded 114, and lastly another Tweed Supreme coated 801 in the color linen. So these three that come very nicely together in this color. Yeah, I'm loving this. It's so soft and I can't wait to wear it, but I fear that it might not really get cold enough here in Spain to do so, maybe in like January or such. But I'm very used to the Danish weather where it's a lot warmer. No, that was completely the opposite. It's a lot colder, of course. I'm a bit nervous, I've found, talking to my phone. It's very weird for me, so I'm very sorry that this might be a bit of an awkward or weird first video, but I think it's very nice to have someone to talk to about knitting, because no one I have met in Spain so far knits, so I kind of miss talking to like my family, because all the women in my family knits, so I kind of miss that, so I thought I would try this. But yeah, I miss the Danish weather. Today it's actually raining, which is my second rain day in Spain, but it's still warm and the autumn has begun in Denmark. So in Denmark it's very cloudy and grey weather and it rains a lot, I've heard, but here we still have like 27-28 degrees every day and it's very sunny, and I have to wear a lot of sunscreen because I'm very pale from Scandinavia and a redhead, so yeah, it's a new climate for me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to maybe returning home for Christmas in Denmark, so that I can wear some of my sweaters, because I didn't really have a chance to bring that many of them. I did bring a few, and yeah, but I'm looking forward to seeing my family again also. Okay, so the next thing that I'm currently have on my needles is the Nutmeg socks, which have just come this far, so not that much. I finished the cuff yesterday and have also yesterday, because I haven't knitted on this today, started knitting the leg of the sock. I don't know if I can get it to focus. Put it in focus maybe? No, it doesn't really want to. Okay, but I'll just put a picture of here of what the sock is supposed to look like when it's done. And I'm knitting it in Long Yarns Jawoll Superwash, the 75/25, as it's called in Ravelry. I can't quite remember if that was the name on the label, but yeah. But I'm knitting it in the color Rustic Barn, which is coded 95, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, 95. And it was a free pattern, so that's always lovely. This is my third sock knitting, yeah. So it's still fairly new to me with knitting socks, but I found that I absolutely love it, because it's just such an easy knit to have on the go and just to sit with. Also because like this Mohair from the Momshugsweater, it's very hairy, so I get like these little fibers on all of my clothes, so I have to use a lint roller a lot when knitting that, and so it's just easier to knit a sock, and also I can take it with me around the house easier if like the kids are watching a movie or such and I would like to be in the living room with them and just be with the family, so it's a lot easier. Okay, what did I have written down? I wrote some notes on a notepad of what I could talk about. So yes, okay. I haven't really made any acquisitions of notions and such while being here in Spain. I've only been here for 2 weeks and I've been very, very busy. So I haven't gone into Barcelona because I'm living like half an hour by public transport from there. So I would absolutely love to see the yarn stores. I have heard there are 2 yarn stores that people talk about in Barcelona. There are La Lana Lu and All You Knit Is Love, I think it is called. And I would love to see them. And maybe, I don't know, next week I think I would maybe go there. But we'll see. And yeah, I haven't, as I said before, made any acquisitions so far. But I have recently finished my first self-written pattern. The family has a dog. 1 minute. And we're back. Okay, so I've recently written my first own pattern for a pair of mittens that both come in fingerless and full mittens. And I'm currently having it test knitted. Or actually the test knit start tomorrow, but I reached out for the people that I chose to do the test knits 2 days ago, so they can get ready and read the pattern through before starting. My cousin actually is also one of the test knitters and she started knitting it yesterday. But these are the lovely mittens. I knitted in this Knitting for Olive Merino in brown bear, held with a also Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair, also in the color brown bear, for these full cover mittens, which I alterated the pattern a bit after making this because I think because of the length of it, it looks kind of like an oven mitt. So I started the fingerless mittens a bit higher up, and that's where it's supposed to go in the pattern. So it starts from like here, but the only alteration is that you don't do the smug stitch that many times before starting to increase the stitches for the thumb. But yeah, this is the look of it. And I'm absolutely in love with this pattern, especially the fingerless mittens, but that's also because these are exacto pattern. So yeah, it's also easier to see the pattern on these because it's a lighter color. But yeah, here they are, these lovely little mittens. The pattern comes in 7 different sizes, fitting a hand circumference of, was it 15 to, let me have a look, 15 to 23 centimeters or 6 to 9 inches. And it's the hand circumference measuring around here without the thumb. But yeah, these are the lovely Dahlia mittens in the fingerless version. And I love them, and I hope that I can at least get to wear the fingerless versions here in Spain during the late autumn and winter, maybe, hopefully, because I would love to wear them. And yeah, and I created this pattern because I was actually dreading the exams for finishing the gymnasium, the school I went to, which correlates to high school. And so I was just like, I want to knit, and I wanted to knit some mittens with this pattern, but I couldn't find any. So I was just I ended up deciding to just print it up myself, and now having a test knit. So this is very exciting for me, and I hope that in the future I'm going to write a lot more pattern because I loved the process, even though I took some breaks in between writing it because I had a lot of things going on with both knitting patterns, projects, I mean, before I had to travel to Spain. I had a lot of projects to finish before, and so this wasn't nearly as high up on my list of the things I needed to do before. But now the pattern is finished and in for test knit. Okay, so I don't know if I have to mention anything more on this pattern yet. Maybe in the next knitting podcast, if this goes alright, I will just talk a bit more about it. But that was very quick. But yeah, the next thing on my little to-do list for this video is to talk about knitting plants. And for that I'll just go to my Ravelry queue because that's a lot easier. I actually bought a lot of sock yarn before I left for Spain because I thought that was some fairly easy knittings to do, and I had just finished my first pair of socks and I had loved the process, so I just went a bit crazy and bought a lot of sock yarn. So actually the 5 next, no, oh yeah, I did start one of them. The 4 next projects I have in mind are all socks. It's the autumn Savory socks, which I'll just put a picture here, which I'm going to knit with the Long Yarns Superwash 75/25 in the color Beige, which is coded 22. And I'll just move my suitcase because I actually placed it there so it wouldn't be in the video, but now I have to get to a drawer behind me. And there we go. Those were all the colors I bought. I did buy a lot more, but I've just taken one skein of each. Okay, so this is the color I'm currently using. Oh, there we go. Le Long Yarns Jawoll Superwash in the color 95. Rustic Barn, I suppose it was. And I was knitting the Nutmeg socks in this color. But the Beige 22, which I'm going to knit the Autumn Savory socks by, is this color. So I think it's going to be very cute and align a lot with the picture, the pattern used for the example photo. Yeah. And after those, I'm going to knit the Indulgence socks, which is a free pattern as well. If I remember correctly, I will just quickly check. Yeah, it was a free pattern. Perfect. And that I'm going to knit up with this lovely burgundy color. And actually it's pretty close to its actual color on this video screen thing. Yeah. I've just gone head over heels for the burgundy and Bordeaux this fall, which a lot of people have, if I have noticed things as they are. So I'm going to knit up in this. And then I'm going to knit the Huldre socks. I don't know how it's pronounced. It looks by Troldgjort. Oh, I forgot to say who made the patterns for the last couple of socks. I'll just put it in the video when they have shown. Sorry. But yeah. So it looks like it's a, I don't know if it's a Danish, Norwegian or Swedish knitter, Oh, I suppose it's a Danish because the current used on currency used on Ravelry are Danish crowns. So yeah, but it's not a Danish word. Huldre. I don't know. But yeah, the Huldre socks by Troldgjort. And for that I'm going to use the rustic barn. All of this sock yarn is from the same brand, just it's the same, just in different colorways. It was easier to buy like that. But I'm going to use this brown for also what's brown in the example photo, and for the white trees I'm just going to use this beige, which I think is they're very good together. It's very soft and neutral, and I like that a lot. And then I'm going to knit the Holly Christmas socks as my fourth planned sock knit, yeah. And it's by Knitandwave, and it's a paid for pattern. I can't remember. No, it was a free pattern. Yeah, it was a free pattern. Perfect. And for that I'm going to use the beige instead of white again, and then the burgundy and olive colors for the mistletoe. I actually bought yarn enough to make a completely green pair of socks, but I haven't decided what pattern I'm going to use yet. So maybe if you have some recommendations, write it in the comments. Pattern of socks I haven't mentioned in this video, but that maybe you have loved to knit up. I would love to know, because I have no idea which sock pattern is going to be knitted up in this color, because I thought it was weird just to buy one skein for the mistletoe. So I just wanted to buy enough to a pair of socks and then just use the rest of the yarn left to do the mistletoe. But yeah, so those were my current plans. I have a lot of more things in my queue and some things I have bought yarn for, but they are in Denmark, so I don't know if I should mention those as well. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the next videos or so I will figure it out. This was a very short video. Maybe I talked too fast. I don't know. I can see it just rounded 12 minutes. Oh no, sorry. I cut the video, and that's why so I think it's fine. But yeah, that was what I have for this video. So have a lovely day or evening or whatever time it is you're watching this, and I'm looking forward to maybe seeing you in my next video podcast, because I love knitting and I love to talk about knitting, and maybe hopefully next time I will be a lot more comfortable talking to my camera. But yeah, happy knitting, and maybe see you later, hopefully. Bye.